Amid the digital tapestry of a Metated video, the scene unravels like an electrifying revelation. Amongst the rustling foliage, an astonishing sight emerges, an immense fusion of human and insect, the being both ethereal and alien. The video ignites a wildfire of fascination among the students of Kangwon College, their discussions weaving a web of wonder and imagination. Among these dreamers, one student's thoughts will soar higher than the rest, envisioning the sublime allure of a human blessed with insect wings, akin to the mythical heroes that blaze across silver screens in tales of valiance. Yet, in the midst of this buzzing excitement, the unassuming Suchan steps into the spotlight, seizing the phone like a protagonist seizing destiny. He voices his disquiet, his voice echoing like a soul grappling with untold burdens. He dismisses the subject, changing the topic to invite his three friends to grab a drink with some girls that invited our MC Suchan. They then show uninterested, remarking his back-to-back late nights with women and how they only seem to be attracted to Suchan alone. As Suchan begins to retract his invitation, his friends immediately regress to groveling and accepts his invitation, not wanting to be ungrateful for the honor he bestows to the group. With the world now watching, his friends take note, tallying his newfound campus celebrity, 5,000 followers strong on Stargram. Like a conductor orchestrating his own symphony of college life, Suchan adorns himself with care, sculpting his images meticulously as an artist molding clay. He tiptoes through the campus corridors, avoiding any misstep that might shatter the illusion he's so artfully crafted. But life's melody is often disrupted by unforeseen notes. A call from Mihu, a summons to a gathering, introduces a dissonance that sends Suchan's heartstrings into disarray. The once cozy lunch proposition now wears the mask of discomfort, and with a gracefully apologetic bow, Suchan exits the scene, leaving behind a perplexed ensemble. His solo journey homeward becomes a quiet soliloquy, the weight of concealed truth bearing down on him like an unwelcome spotlight. As the door closes behind him, his sanctuary beckons. Shirt removed, vulnerability bared, the truth stands revealed. A pair of iridescent wings, fragile yet unyielding, grace his back. Memories, like fleeting fragments of a dream, rush back, the innocent encounter with a dragonfly in his younger years. As he eradicates the bug with spray, it dissolves into dust as he unknowingly inhaled the shimmering dust, and the transformative slumber that followed, only to awaken to a body forever altered. The interlude of time has cast him as the protagonist of a secret odyssey, a narrative woven with silken threads of hidden identity. He navigates college life with the skill of a tightrope walker, every step a calculated act to veil his true nature. The wings, a part of him as much as his thoughts, remain carefully tucked away, while his charm and charisma become a suit of armor against suspicion. Yet in the tapestry of his life, Mihu threads a prominent pattern. She's more than a friend, more than a supporting character. She's the embodiment of emotional crescendo. Their bond is the heart of Suchan's story, and he guards his secret fiercely, fearful that its revelation could sever the fragile connection between them. But destiny, a relentless director, has more scenes to unravel. Mihu appears unannounced, like a plot twist cloaked in curiosity. They both become startled and shocked as the shirtless Suchan embarrasses Mihu. Suchan quickly gathers that she hasn't spotted the wings attached among his back. He questions her arrival, after discovering his friends had given his location to her, suggesting they just do lunch at Suchan's place. He despises his cunning friend's attempt at halting his alone time. Mihu then commands Suchan that they will go see a movie, otherwise she wouldn't move an inch from outside his bathroom door. The narrative shifts, tides change, and in the intimate cocoon of Suchan's dwelling, shared memories are revisited, laughter echoing through spaces filled with emotions once forgotten. The cinema becomes their refuge, a realm where real life distracts from the complexities of their own. Yet, as darkness descends within the theater, a stranger enters, a harbinger of horrors yet untold. The audience is dismissed, making way for a chilling spectacle. A monstrous human-like praying mantis entity, a fusion of nightmare and reality, emerges, obliterating all within its path. In an instant of sheer terror, Mihu is wrenched from the scene, a puppet cut from the stage. In this moment of heart-stopping chaos, courage blooms. Suchan, like a phoenix from the ashes of his fears, shatters his self-imposed cocoon. With a leap that defies both gravity and logic, he hurtles after Mihu, wings unfurling in a blaze of iridescence. The secret he clung to, the carefully curated facade, is unveiled to the world below, a testament to the lengths he'd go to rescue the one he loves. And so, against a backdrop of gasps and awestruck faces, Suchan soars. His wings, once hidden now, mark him as a hero of his own narrative, a figure of hope and audacity. The wind carries their story, a tale of a struggle untold, a love unspoken, and the indomitable spirit of a young man who dared to embrace the extraordinary. From the depths of a shadow realm, the semi-humanoid monster's gaze flares like embers as it fixates upon Suchan's ethereal form. Recognition ignites a fury within the creature. This hovering figure is no stranger, but a dragonfly hybrid, a symbol of an old vendetta. Intent morphs into murderous resolve as the monster's predatory instincts awaken, its monstrous features contorting into a grotesque mask of vengeance. Meanwhile, in the realm of reality, chaos swirls. Suchan, a beacon of determination, carries Mihu's limp form to the haven of the nearest hospital, the echo of her pain mingling with his own silent fears. Amid the frantic dance of doctors and nurses, an enigmatic young woman emerges from the shadows. Her aura is both beguiling and foreboding. As she steps toward the monster, a whisper of caution trembling upon her lips. Time waltzes forward, a month unfurling its tapestry of memories and whispered rumors. Conversations still orbit the nightmarish events that transpired within the cinema's walls. Amid the hum of speculation, Suchan finds himself in contemplation. His musings paint a picture of society's casual indifference toward the extraordinary, a reality that bewilders him. He gazes into the well of his own history, a childhood steeped in the bitterness of orphanhood. The tendrils of loneliness that once ensnared him have resurfaced, a haunting refrain that refuses to fade. The digital landscape, a realm where perceptions shift like sand, has transformed. The once lustrous gem of Suchan's stargram popularity has dulled, a meteoric rise extinguished by the chill winds of time. Yet amid the flow of his virtual existence, a constant beacon remains. Mihu, unswerving in her support. Their bond, a lighthouse in the storm, remains steadfast against the battering waves of circumstance. But the desire to mend the rift, to bridge the chasm that has grown between them, fuels Suchan's steps. The hospital's sterile walls bear witness to a reunion that is anything but joyous. Mihu's accusations slice through the air, painting him with the brush of a monster. Unfollowing him online, she etches her declaration in the digital realm, the weight of her words echoing like a tolling bell. Solitude becomes Suchan's reluctant companion for yet another month. Despair's icy grid tightens, pushing him to the precipice of a decision that could extinguish his light forever. He plummets from a building, despair mingling with the wind that rushes past him, but as gravity's embrace threatens to shatter him against the ground, an impossibility unfolds. His wings, those gossamer extensions of his very essence, refuse to bow to fate. Suspended midair, he's trapped in a moment that defies reason. Cursing his own abnormalities, Suchan's voice echoes in the empty space. But then, like a mirage materializing from thin air, a figure appears before him. Her presence shatters his isolation, her words like a beacon piercing the darkness. A path to redemption emerges, a glimmer of hope in the wasteland of despair. Stunned, he listens as she outlines the enigmatic concept of jumble juice, an elixir that holds the promise of normality. Her invitation is a whisper of salvation, leading him to a campus known as the Nest. And there, amidst a congregation of beings akin to him, his eyes drink in a sight both astonishing and bewildering. In this assembly of unique souls, he stumbles upon the architect of his nightmares, the man who would turn the theater into a realm of terror, shattering Suchan's sense of security like glass. As the curtain rises on this new act, Suchan stands on the precipice once more, this time not of despair, but of revelation. The air is charged with tension, a promise of conflicts yet unspoken, and the stage is set for a confrontation that could redefine his destiny. Awestruck, Suchan steps into a world that seems to have sprung from the canvas of a surrealist dream. Each person he encounters bears the mark of the enigmatic jumble juice, a transformative elixir that has woven an otherworldly tapestry around their lives. As he wanders through this twilight realm, he stumbles upon an elderly man, his lips moving in nonchalant rhythm as he munches on insects, a sight that strikes Suchan as a scene ripped from a feverish nightmare. Amidst the surreal symphony of this new reality, Suchan's path intersects with that of youin-wan, a professor at Nest University. A warm smile accompanies the professor's acknowledgement of Hyujin's role in guiding Suchan here. Youin-wan, embodying the essence of a sagacious guide, takes Suchan under his wing, leading him through a labyrinth of discovery. The climax of this journey manifests in the form of a video clip capturing the university's graduation ceremony. Together, they venture into this visual tapestry. The screen comes alive, showcasing the valedictorian, a figure bathed in both uncertainty and determination. In a moment that mirrors a fairy tale, the valedictorian imbibes a mysterious potion, a concoction that miraculously alters their very being. Monstrous features melt away like shadows, yielding to dawn, unveiling a form that is both achingly human and breathtakingly ordinary. Stunned, Suchan's voice trembles with the question that hangs heavy in the air. What alchemy gave birth to such a transformation? In response, the professor peels back the curtain of the university's research, revealing the fruit of their labor, a solution aptly named Cinderella. Intrigued, a spark of hope ignites within Suchan, a desire to grasp this elusive chance for his own metamorphosis. Yet, like a fickle wind, fate has its conditions. The professor's gaze carries weight as he offers a proposition that could alter Suchan's destiny. Enroll in Nest University, excel in his studies, and emerge as the beacon of his department. A life-altering decision stands before him, the weight of possibilities and sacrifices pulling in opposing directions. But Suchan, a protagonist in the making, accepts the challenge, his determination carving a silent oath. With a decisive step, he becomes a part of this academic enclave, courses unfolding like chapters of a story he's yet to fully comprehend. The academic realm becomes a new frontier, its secrets and challenges a symphony of intrigue. Among the faces he encounters, Hyujin stands tall, her role as class president in the realm of practical entomology and embodiment of poetic irony. As the days unfurl, another figure emerges from the wings. Jungjai, a professor seeking insight, triggers a shift in the tableau. The crowd evaporates like mist, leaving behind an air of mystery that swirls between them. Junji's cryptic words linger like a whisper of secrets and strategies, hinting at the unspoken battles and complexities that pulse beneath the surface of this extraordinary academic landscape. The dance of survival, it seems, has more players than Suchan had initially imagined. With the advent of course registration, a curtain rises on a new act in Suchan's journey. Curiosity takes center stage, a spotlight that casts a glow upon the unfolding events. Amid the throng of students, a young lad, known by the whimsical moniker Lil Honeybee Boy, steps into Suchan's orbit, eager to guide him through the labyrinthine process that veers far from the ordinary. In dulcet tones, the boy unravels the tapestry of this unique ritual. Professors, like elusive phantoms, remain concealed among the undulating landscape of mountains. Their location is a puzzle that students must solve, a treasure hunt of intellect and wit. Yet the twist in this tale comes in the form of USB drives, a modern-day relic that holds the key to enrollment. The first 16 students to find these roving specters of academia are granted these coveted drives, each USB acting as a seal of destiny when plugged into laptops to finalize course registration. In the spirit of camaraderie that tinges the air, Suchan and the boy exchange warm smiles and well wishes before venturing forth. Their paths diverge, yet the echo of friendship lingers like a symphony, a motif woven into the fabric of this competition. Suchan's unique gift, the wings that grace his back, becomes his secret weapon, propelling him with the grace of a hawk in flight. Like a spectral guide, flags marking the professor's hiding spots are mere whispers to his perceptive eyes. In the bosom of the mountains, a chaotic dance takes form. The landscape trembles with the urgency of ambition as students clash like thunderheads, each determined to seize victory from the jaws of time. Suchan, however, adopts a different cadence. His wings flutter above the frenzy, a ballet of strategy and focus. He remains steadfast, eyes fixed on his quarry. As the world unfurls, Suchan reaches the culmination of his hunt. Professor Do-hyun's sanctuary is a testament to his skill. Suchan's swift flight is lauded by the sage academic. The final USB drive is exchanged like a talisman, and its significance reverberates like a drumbeat in Suchan's ears. Instructions are etched in his mind as he's guided back to the lab, his heart a symphony of gratitude and hope. The precipice of transformation stands closer than ever before. Yet, like an unexpected twist in a well-woven tale, a new chapter of uncertainty is unveiled. A message from Professor Do-hyun spreads like wildfire. Possession of the USB drives paints a target on their bearers. The atmosphere shifts, and a once friendly arena morphs into an arena of primal aggression. The collective becomes a force of antagonism, its focus locking onto Suchan with predatory intent. In a maelstrom of chaos, his drive becomes not only a key, but also a symbol of danger. Amidst this tempest, salvation appears in the form of the little honeybee boy. A figure of unexpected providence, he rushes into the fray, shielding Suchan with a cloak of courage. The boy's intervention sparks gratitude within Suchan's heart, a chord struck in the symphony of camaraderie. In the aftermath, however, betrayal's shadow taints the harmony. The boy's motivations become clear. Self-interest underpins his actions as he surreptitiously seizes the USB drive and dashes away like a phantom. But Suchan's resolve remains unshaken. He steps into the storm, a tempest in his eyes as he confronts this twist of fate head-on. The battlefield transforms into an arena of dueling wills, as desperation and determination clash in a dance of survival. A chapter that began in friendship now reaches a crescendo of conflict. and the outcome remains uncertain, hanging in the balance like the final lines of a spellbinding narrative. Amidst the backdrop of triumph, students brandishing USB drives celebrate their victories. The cacophony of satisfied murmurs and relieved sighs a testament to their successful conquest of the registration challenge. Meanwhile, Suchan fights a solitary battle, his struggle fierce and desperate, as if the very essence of his aspirations hangs in the balance. Desperation fuels each action, his movements propelled by an unyielding drive. With a resolute strike, he unleashes his pent-up frustrations upon the little honeybee boy. The impact resonates like a thunderclap, a forceful symphony that leaves its mark. The boy, a symbol of fleeting alliances, collapses, relinquishing the coveted USB drive in the face of Suchan's relentless onslaught. But the battle is far from over. Valiant and resolute, Suchan clashes with his fate, each breath a testament to his unwavering determination. Yet even his indomitable spirit cannot thwart destiny's design. The USB drive, once his key to transformation, slips through his fingers like sand seized by an unexpected contender. A girl materializes like an enigma amidst the chaos. Caught in a tempest of conflicting emotions, Suchan stands at a crossroads. To rescue the fallen boy or to chase the girl and reclaim what is rightfully his, a moral quandary that tears at his resolve. Compassion takes hold, a gentle hand guiding his choice. With a heavy heart, he chooses humanity over ambition, refusing to abandon the little honeybee boy to the merciless currents of fate. As the sun sets on his dreams of restoration, Suchan crumples, a defeated warrior succumbing to the weight of his own aspirations. A cloak of darkness veils his consciousness, his spirit teetering on the precipice of surrender. Awakening from the shadowy abyss, Suchan finds himself in the presence of Professor Jun Jai. Piece of paper is pressed into his hand, its significance unclear. With a soft reminder to recycle, the professor leaves him to wrestle with his emotions. The paper, a reflection of his own sorrow, becomes an emblem of frustration and anger, a physical manifestation of his turmoil. Yet, in the midst of this emotional storm, a glimmer of hope arises. With careful fingers, Suchan unfolds the paper, his gaze falling upon a hidden treasure, the USB drive, concealed in his very fibers. Professor Junji's cryptic message takes on a new hue, a whisper of guidance that now speaks of redemption. Time's cruel march continues, a drumbeat of urgency that refuses to be silenced. With a voice laced with urgency, Professor Junji informs Suchan that mere minutes remain for registration. The sands of time slip through his fingers like grains of sand, and with a renewed fire burning within him, Suchan takes to the skies, wings propelling him like an arrow toward his goal. Amidst the boundless azure, obstacles emerge, students within the jungle, like obstacles designed to deter his progress. Yet a glimmer of salvation appears in the form of Doa Qian and Haisong Cha, the young freshmen in practical entomology. Their intervention is a lifeline, a response to Professor Dovian's strategic communication. Suchan's resolve propels him toward the brink of time's abyss. The seconds tick away, a relentless adversary. But with the final burst of energy, a surge of determination that defies exhaustion, he arrives, a lone figure against the backdrop of impending nightfall. And in the face of seconds dwindling to nil, he completes his registration, a declaration of his indomitable spirit and unyielding perseverance. A notification dances on Suchan's phone screen, a digital herald announcing the imminent dawn of a new chapter, class orientation. Yet, as the sun creeps higher, the plot twists anew. The guardians of Nest University's gates are the bearers of unwelcome news, their words a resounding echo of disappointment as they expel Suchan from the hallowed halls due to his lack of a student ID. In this unforeseen moment, a timely savior emerges. Hyujin, like a ray of light breaking through the clouds, arrives with a student ID in hand. Their steps echo in harmony as they march toward the lecture hall, a partnership forged amidst the fires of adversity. Stepping into the classroom, Suchan's presence is like a tremor rippling through the sea of faces. His notoriety is his cloak, the whispers of his role in the cinema's tumultuous tale, a shadow he cannot shake. Recognition blooms, a bouquet of curiosity and judgment as eyes turn his way. Amid this spectacle, Heejong stands, a maestro of playful banter, teasing Suchan about their covert roles and erasing evidence of the incident. His words weave a tapestry of camaraderie, a shared secret etching their bond into the fabric of time. But the stage is not content with mere camaraderie. It hungers for conflict. Trouble takes its first steps from the back row, a fellow student inciting an altercation with Haisong. The room crackles with tension, escalating as intimidation snakes its tendrils, a miasma of hostility that chokes the air. Student IDs are confiscated like tokens of power, their absence becoming a weapon wielded against attendance. Into this maelstrom strides Suchan, a warrior of peace in a tempest of aggression. But his efforts are met with defiance, the foe's retaliation taking form in a brutal strike, a bat meeting flesh. Pain flares like a supernova, stars of agony exploding behind his eyes as he crumples under the onslaught. And in the hush of the aftermath, Suchan and Haesong find themselves in the cocoon of Nest University's healthcare center, a sanctuary of recovery. Like warriors nursing their wounds, they lay side by side, the passage of time marked by the rhythm of their healing breaths. Hyojin, a pillar of determination, stands at the crossroads of action. A plan emerges, a journey to secure a replacement ID for Suchan, a beacon of hope guiding them through the storm. But this mission is not one walked in silence. Hyojin confronts the group, her voice a call to reason. In response, the scene erupts, a tempest of violence and chaos as intentions collide like titans in battle. Amidst this whirlwind, Hyojin stands as the calm in the storm, her presence like an anchor. Yet danger is an unbidden guest, and it knocks on her door with chilling persistence. The confrontation teeters on a precipice, a fulcrum that could tip into darkness. And just as the abyss threatens to swallow all, Suchan arrives like a tempest, a tornado of determination. With a ferocity born of love and duty, he sweeps into the fray, rescuing Hyojin from the clutches of danger. The scene is a cascade of action, a symphony of courage that resonates through the air like a triumphant crescendo. In this moment, he is a hero, not just to her, but to himself, a testament to his growth, his resolve, and his unyielding spirit. The clash is a wildfire, its flames licking at the edges of reason as Suchan faces off against the leader of the monstrous group. A storm of aggression engulfs them, and as the very air crackles with tension, Hyojin emerges like a sentinel from the shadows. With a swift, determined motion, she seizes the leader and drives him toward a waiting lake, a mirror of stillness that belies the tempest within. But nature is both tranquil and merciless, and as the leader's taunts tumble like stones from his lips, the aquatic insects rise like a vengeful chord, their hum a symphony of impending doom. Hyojin's grip is resolute, the waters embrace, swallowing the taunts until they fade into silence, replaced by the cacophony of struggling limbs. Amidst the watery abyss, revelations surface like lost treasures. The leader's jests are not mere jests, they hold a kernel of truth, like secrets whispered on the wind. Hyojin's voice cuts through the murk, clarifying their intentions, the reason they wish to lock horns with her. Her top-class ranking from the previous year is a mantle that draws envy like moths to flame. But Hyojin, a warrior born from quiet strength, urges Suchan to stand on the sidelines, to keep his distance from the tempest that churns around them. Her words are a plea, a gentle command carried on the wings of her resolve. Yet, like an unwavering mountain, he remains steadfast, determination etching his features. In the midst of this clash, a second figure steps into the arena. Haesong, like a storm on the horizon, lends his presence to the fray. The tide shifts, the odds tipping as unity becomes their strength. A symphony of synchronized movements fills the air, a dance of combat that is as much a battle of wills as it is of strength. Victory is the spoils of their hard-fought conflict, a trophy seized as they reclaim the student IDs that once were held hostage. With triumph coursing through their veins, they return to the lecture hall, only to find the orientation's curtain drawn. A plan takes root, a secret pact that binds their actions as they reunite classmates with their precious IDs, the trophies of their journey. Back in Suchan's room, the tapestry of fate weaves its threads anew. A discovery sparks joy, igniting a spark of delight that flares within him like a beacon. Haesong, the warrior of jests and camaraderie, is his roommate. A bond forged amidst the forge of conflict now stands as a testament to the ties that bind. In the heart of the mountains, whispers stir like the rustling of leaves in the wind. A bully, a puppeteer of malice, converses with a girl, secrets and machinations unfolding beneath the cover of shadows. Words of power are exchanged, their conversation a prelude to his sinister symphony. The next day dawns, a canvas of anticipation splashed with hues of uncertainty. Suchan stands on the precipice of his first class, the culmination of his journey thus far. A professor, a figure of authority, crashes into the scene with a reckless entrance that mirrors the unpredictable rhythm of this world, a melody of chaos and possibility that hangs in the air like a question unanswered. In the grand theater of Nest University, the maestro of trials, Junji, takes center stage, his words a symphony of significance that reverberate through the eager crowd. A collective breath holds as he unveils a challenge that promises to be the crucible of their abilities, a crucible that will etch its imprint on the final grade. A judgment that looms on the horizon. On the open training grounds, a mosaic of souls gathers, a congregation of anticipation and uncertainty. Like gladiators awaiting the arena, they stand on the threshold of a trial that could rewrite their fate. Suchan, his heart like a captive bird within his chest, witnesses the table that stretches before him. But as the cloak of anticipation unfurls, a twist emerges that tugs at Suchan's expectations. The challenge laid before them is not what he foresaw. It's an activity so seemingly simple that it catches him off guard, running. The revelation is like a drop of rain in a still pond, rippling outward with a promise of deeper meanings. Hyujin, a beacon of understanding, steps in to illuminate the shadows of the enigma. This is no ordinary running. It's a dance of practical combat, an embodiment of insect abilities distilled into motion, a tapestry woven with strategy. The first test unfurls like a flag in the wind, hide and seek, a game of shadows and evasion where success hinges on the ability to remain concealed. A dance of strategy and stealth where being caught is akin to defeat's embrace. Junji's gaze is a judge's gavel, the silence before the storm that's about to descend. As the test commences, bodies scatter like seeds carried by the wind. The canvas of the training grounds becomes a battlefield of wills, a mosaic of figures disappearing into the tapestry of the landscape. But even as this human drama unfolds, another narrative is woven in the shadows, one that paints secrets and whispers beneath the surface. In the depths of isolation, a girl moves with the grace of a phantom, a siren of the shadows with a mission woven in secrecy. Guards, like leaves, fall in her wake, their fate sealed by her prowess. A puppeteer of shadows, the little honeybee boy, orchestrates her passage with a professor's pass that unlocks doors to hidden places. Within one such room, a beast slumbers, an entity of hunger and darkness. The boy's role shifts from puppeteer to sacrifice as he unleashes the monster from its slumber. Its maw devours him, eerie serenade of terror in the still air. Returning to the realm of the tests, Suchan, Hyujin, and Haisong sprint across the grounds, their breaths a rhythm of exhaustion. Haisong's revelation lands like a weight on their shoulders. Most have already fallen ensnared by the professor's calculated tactics. Defeat lingers like a specter, its presence heavy in the air. Amidst the rhythm of their footsteps, two figures stumble, Fiona and another girl faltering like weary dancers. The professor's voice is a lash of lightning, his threat hanging heavy in the air. But Suchan stands tall, his spirit a flame of resistance against the encroaching night. His voice rises like a clarion call, sparking a deal within the crucible of conflict. A pact is formed. If Suchan can outlast the professor's onslaught for an hour, safety will be their reward. But should he falter, expulsion will be their fate, a sword poised above their heads like a pendulum of doom. The air holds its breath, the field of battle transformed into a negotiation table. Words hang in the air like delicate threads, weaving a tapestry of hope and desperation. The stakes are high, the clock ticking as destiny holds its breath, waiting for the players to decide their own fate. In the theater of challenges, Suchan approaches the task with a hint of naivety, a belief that touching Professor Junji would be an endeavor easily conquered. A flicker of confidence guides his actions, yet, as his fingers extend toward the enigmatic figure, a curtain of frustration descends. His efforts, a symphony of determination, yield no results. The space between them remains an insurmountable chasm, a tantalizing touch just out of reach. A revelation unfolds like a sacred scroll as Junji, the enigma of dual existence, lifts the veil on his own nature. Like a mirror reflecting Suchan's own being, he is an insect-human hybrid, but his powers are a double-edged sword. Side effects and self-loathing have shackled his potential, his abilities and arsenal tainted by the chains of limitation. But the heart of the riddle lies in Suchan's acceptance of his own insect essence, a journey of self-discovery that unlocks the door to his latent power. The weight of realization presses upon him, a compass guiding him through the labyrinth of identity. In this swirling sea of internal turmoil, the narrative takes a sharp turn. A phantom step from the shadows, a girl of enigmatic presence who commends Junji's distinctive style. Her sudden entrance ripples through the crowd like a stone cast into a still pond, an unexpected ripple in the fabric of reality. But the air is thick with intrigue as her actions unfold, a dance of intrigue painted with shades of poison and incapacitation. Yona and Haisong, the stalwarts of their world, are like dominoes falling under her influence. The poison courses through Haisong's veins, a malevolent melody woven into her very essence. In this surreal dance, a sense of déjà vu tugs at Suchan's senses. The eerie familiarity grips him like a forgotten echo reverberating through time, conjuring memories of a past incident, a specter of the movie theater calamity. And then, like a storm from the abyss, the monster emerges, its form a tableau of terror. Its claws ran through flesh and reason, painting a macabre masterpiece upon the canvas of chaos. Suchan, trapped within the vortex of powerlessness, bears witness to this savage tableau, reliving the nightmare of helplessness he thought he had escaped. As chaos blossoms, they rally, an injured Haisong cradled in their arms like a fragile hope. But Junjae, a bastion of reason, stands as the gatekeeper, blocking the path of intervention. His voice is a barrier, a wall forged from caution and concern. They are a volatile blend, he asserts, a cocktail of potential and peril. Yet Suchan's spirit burns with defiance, a comet ablaze against the night sky, refusing to bend to the dictates of logic. He challenges Junjae's decree, a declaration that resonates like thunder across the battlefield. And then, in the blink of an eye, the arena shifts. A confrontation looms, a dance of predator and prey, a symphony of raw emotion set against the backdrop of destiny. Suchan faces the monster head-on, a lone figure standing in the face of terror. The air is electric with tension, a taut string vibrating with uncertainty. And so the stage is set for a confrontation that echoes across the cosmos, a clash of power and purpose that will alter the very fabric of their reality. The threads of fate are woven with anticipation, a tapestry of hope and despair, where the fate of worlds hangs in the balance. In the midst of the maelstrom, Suchan's unyielding efforts face an insurmountable barrier. The monster's robust skeleton stands as an impregnable fortress, impervious to Suchan's assaults. Each strike is a symphony of determination, a cacophony of power, yet the outcome remains unaltered. In the shadows, the enigmatic girl orchestrates a sinister symphony, her whispers weaving a tapestry of doom. She urges the monster to silence them swiftly and flee, a prelude to Nest University's impending intervention. Her voice is a siren's call, luring them into a web of annihilation, a dance of death where the finale hangs in the balance. Meanwhile, in the realm of dreams, Haisong's slumber is pierced by a name, a clarion call that shatters the veil of rest. His eyes flutter open, and reality crashes in like a tidal wave, a world of chaos and conflict revealed in vivid detail. His gaze lands upon the battlefield, a tableau of struggle where Suchan grapples with both the girl and the monstrous specter. It's a painting of chaos, a tapestry of desperation painted with strokes of danger. A flicker of recognition kindles within Haisong's eyes, igniting a spark of action. The odds are stacked, and the imbalance is stark. Without hesitation, he becomes a tempest, a force that surges forward, a savior in the face of hopelessness. His intervention is a declaration of solidarity, a stand against the torrent of adversity. The surge of power within Haisong is a symphony of awakening, a crescendo that propels him towards Suchan. The two unite, a beacon of resilience against the gathering darkness, a union of strength that sparks like a meteor striking through the night sky, a symbol of unity forged in the crucible of crisis. With Haisong's support, Suchan's heart pulses with renewed resolve. Together, they ascend to the heavens, a testament to camaraderie and fortitude. Their flight is a ballad of liberation, wings fluttering against the canvas of the sky, a dance that resonates with the rhythm of freedom. But as the distance between them and the battle widens, the girl's voice fades, a haunting echo that bears a note of resignation. The monster's fury simmers, a tempest restrained by the girl's words, yet its hunger remains. Its predatory instincts flare, and its pursuit is relentless, a shadow that refuses to dissipate. Amidst their escape, Haisong's voice pierces the wind, a sage of wisdom amidst the chaos. He imparts a lesson that echoes like a sacred mantra: flight, a lesson etched in the annals of survival. In the ebb and flow of danger, it's a choice that transcends the battlefield, a philosophy etched in the core of their existence. A parallel is drawn like a thread weaving through time, connecting the present to Suchan's past. Haisong's words hold a mirror to Suchan's reality, a mirror that reflects the identity he's been forced to assume, a hunted monster. But the monster's hunger remains unappeased, its pursuit an unrelenting tempest. Suchan's mind churns, a cauldron of strategy brewing amidst the chaos. With quicksilver wit, he unveils a gambit, a plan that takes the girl by surprise. Twigs become tendrils, entwining her form and snaring her in a prison of nature's design. In this fleeting moment of vulnerability, Suchan strikes his fist, a comet of defiance that crashes into the monster's defenses. It's a punch that reverberates like thunder, an emblem of resistance that challenges the status quo. A breathless command springs from Suchan's lips, a directive that sets the stage for the grand finale. He beckons to Haisong, a call that ignites a torrent of action. Armed with a purpose, Haisong races forward, fetching a tool, a chainsaw bestowed by the mentor they share, Professor Junjae. Suchan wields the chainsaw, a modern-day Excalibur, poised to rend the veil of destiny. The chainsaw's roar is a battle cry, a song of determination sung in the language of engines. The stage is set for the climax, a collision of fates as Suchan prepares to carve his legacy into the heart of the formidable foe.